Hey, Shawn Clement here from the Richmond Hill Golf Learning Center. It is May 2nd, and it's still cold outside and still rainy, so I got a couple of cancellations today, so bonus for you guys. I've been wanting to get this video out for a while now because we've been working with a lot of our students as of late. We're talking about the anchors in your golf swing, okay? What is it that's going to help you deploy the arm club unit in the direction you want to start the ball? Now, I start with this question. I ask my students, when should the right foot come off the ground in the swing? The answer, at the very end of the swing. Kenny Perry, Scott Verplank, Angel Cabrera have all said, and you'll see them all the way through the ball, both feet are bolted into the ground. Kenny Perry has said numerous times in Golf Digest how keeping the right foot on the ground through impact has saved his career, okay? Nobody will ever touch that, and that's why he's always been a staple on tour. He's always been a long hitter, straight hitter, right? Just when he gets a little bit under pressure, he tends to loop it a bit more and get that hook going, but we'll forgive him. Now, when you swing back and through without stopping in your perpetual motion swing, right? So you notice how my right foot is still on the ground by this point? Then the arms pull on the head comes up, and then the foot will come up at the very end of the swing. See where my right foot's coming off the ground? Now, when the right foot stays on the ground through impact, it will help you clear the hips better. You're going, really? Well, if my right foot's off the ground, my hips will clear better. No, the hips actually clear in a much more anatomically correct way when the right foot stays on the ground. Let me show you. As I'm coming down into the shot, when my right foot stays on the ground, it forces the left hip back and away from the target. This is what allows you to catapult the arms towards the target. This is what keeps this gorgeous pocket out in front of the body. This is what maintains your spine angle through impact. I got a lot of your attention now, don't I? So on the way through, see how my spine angle is maintained? And then the foot will come up at the very end of the swing. So watch how seamless that is. Okay? So I'm going that way towards the target. If you see my video on hammer through, you see my video on throwing the club, you see my video on fishing and golf, the action's going out there. What allows the action going out there is the head staying back. Head staying back against the left side, there's the primary anchor. Head stays against the left side. If the head stays back, it needs support. Right foot stays on the ground. If my right foot comes off the ground before impact, whoop, see how I get pushed out in front? Whoop. Oh, I've got to stay more behind. See, notice how my hips have to slide out from underneath me? Okay? So, if my right foot comes off the ground before impact, whoop, see how the pelvis slides out? So I don't want the right side falling to the position of where my left side is. That automatically pulls my pelvis out from underneath me. I want the left side to get pulled back to where the position of my right side is. Now I've got this beautiful pocket, okay? So a long time ago I did that Hogan power drill with that mirror drill, so it's a good way for you to get a feel for it. But then you want to graduate away from that, and I got some other ways for you to truly feel how that right foot's going to stay on the ground. The first one is the feet together drill. You remember the feet together drill? So I glue both feet together, both knees together. Right now, when I apply the knee flex, I'm applying some nice suction to the ground through the knees. You'll notice that my head is forced to stay on top of my feet. See that? So all the way to the finish, notice my head's on top of my feet. If the right foot comes off the ground at this point, well, you know what's going to happen. You fall over. So you go a little bit wider in your stance. Now, with this particular width, with the feet slightly toed open, you can't go to a finish where the right foot's off the ground. So the right foot comes off the ground, you got this massive protruding knee going right here. It doesn't look too appealing, but it also throws the weight outside your left foot. So slightly, just slightly apart with the feet, and keep that right foot on the ground. You'll find it very easy to keep the right foot on the ground, very instinctive to do. And I want you to feel a few shots towards the target. So feel a nice, relaxed, effortless release towards your target. Notice how easy it is for me to keep that right foot on the ground. That pulls my hips out of the way, and it catapults my arms towards the target. So, a little wider. Still feel the need to keep it on the ground. A little wider. Now here we go. Now you're thinking, well, if my foot stays on the ground, I won't be able to shift my weight. Another horse hockey proposition right there. So, as I'm getting ready for I'm getting my body ready to swing in that direction towards the target, feeling the weight of that arm club unit. So when my body gets ready to swing towards the target, it's loading up the left side just a little more than the right. You notice how my legs move together. They extend up slightly together. They don't hyperextend, of course. They squat together, and then they clear together, and they re-extend on the other side together. You'll see Kenny Perry do that extremely well. You'll actually see his head bob up and down. Yeah. Bob up and down with the head. Imagine that. Ooh. So, up, down, up. All right? Now, if I'm getting ready to throw the club towards the target, I got more weight there. Then the arms go through. I still have more weight here. So even if my right foot stays on the ground, I'm still finishing 80-20 in my finish. Okay? There it is. So now the difference between that and that is just my right arm collapsing a little sooner to keep the foot on the ground versus my right arm staying extended pulls the foot off the ground. Okay? So that's, as far as the swing towards the target is concerned, when the right foot stays on the ground here, the head stays back against that left side, you now have an anchor to fully deploy on a string your arm club unit towards the target. It's like an anvil, tied to a parachute. The weight of the anvil really extends the strings of that parachute. If your right foot comes off the ground, the head moves forward, well, there's nothing to anchor your release. So now when you move forward, your head moves in front, you go, whoa, I'm going to miss the ball. Push the club down before you miss it. Because now the lowest point of the arc of the swing is over here. Foot stays down, head stays back. You will never feel the need to rush down before you miss the ball. So for those of you who feel that you're rushing in the downswing, you're out of position. If you're out of position, you feel you got to hurry up and hit the ball before you miss it. That's exactly what happens. Okay? So if I'm braced against the left side, boom, just bolted, nice release to the target. So here are a few drills. We're going to do the uphill shot. We're going to do ball below the feet. You've seen the feet together, right? And in fairway bunkers. If you go to my video, fairway bunkers, I'm going to redo that one and put another one up for you as soon as I can get out there, all right? I apologize for that, but Mother Nature's not working with me this year. And we'll do that for you, okay? So we'll see you in the next segment. Hey!
I'm sorry, did I interrupt your...
No, I was just waiting for you and got a video going.